All right. Trust in physicians and hospital is currently at an all-time low, and this is comes on the heels of the last 3 or 4 years. Recent studies showed that pre-2020 physician trust was around 70-71%. It's dropped down to 40%. That means the majority of people do not trust their physicians, their hospital systems, and I think, honestly, I think it's warranted. That mistrust is warranted. And why do I say that? Well, I think that, and it's not to say that there aren't good doctors out there and doctors aren't well-intentioned, but I think the problem is the system itself is set up so that well-meaning, well-intentioned people are captured in a system that only promotes, basically drugs for everybody, a drug solution. It's we're captured in this sick care system. Our critical thinking skills have been basically replaced by algorithms designed and developed by, quite honestly, pharmaceutical companies or their proxies. Physicians, it's kind of sad to think about. I spent, roughly 15 years getting my, my surgical physician education, only to basically be, kind of captured in a system where everything, all the thinking is kind of done for you and what you should do. This is how the system is set up. It is set up basically, depending on the specialty, but I mean, it's set up for you to basically just follow orders, and if you don't follow orders, then, guess what happens? You get in, you're disincentivized. Sometimes you're punished for that, in various ways. Physicians have become basically subcontractors for these pharmaceutical and other medical technology companies. This is really what it is. And independent thought is discouraged. And so what I would recommend, and I don't care whether it's me or anyone else, the results that you get are where you should base your physician on, and just like anything else, results really matter. And if your result is I'm chronically medicated for the rest of your life, and you think that's as good as you can get, I'm here to tell you that's probably not the best outcome you can achieve. You can put a lot of your diseases and health conditions into remission. You can, quote unquote, cure things. This is not talked about anymore because it's not financially lucrative to cure disease. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? This is a recurring business model. And so I have obviously very critical of this, and certainly I was in that system for many, many years. But at this point, I think, we have to radically change things. And I think you should be justified in your mistrust. You should ask your doctors why about a lot of things. Why am I sick, doc? What's causing this? What's the underlying issue? If they can't answer that question, then you're probably going to the wrong person, right? It's not to say that there are no medicines that can be helpful from time to time, but where we're going and where we're continuing going, we're at rapid speed, full force, is this drugs for everybody, for every condition, for the rest of their life. That, to me, is a real problem, and you should be skeptical. You should be mistrustful for anybody that promotes that. There are better ways. This is one of the reasons we started Revero. I'm hoping that, we can earn y'all's trust by providing the outcomes that I think we should be able to get. And that is people off medications, people no longer affected or minimally affected by their diseases. I think that is what we should be striving for as physicians. I think physicians were held to that standard rather than, we're going to make sure we're on these drugs for these conditions. Then we would see a real change. And hopefully, if we get to this Make America Healthy thing, that will be part of the calculus, is how we incentivize physicians. Because right now, quite honestly, the incentives are perverse, the outcomes are abysmal, and it's got to stop. All right, let me know what you think.